All right. Hello. Hi. My name is Anna. It's raining. It is raining today. And today I am also crocheting. So if I'm looking down or you're interested in what I'm doing, that is what I'm doing. I have this like tie-dye looking thing. It's going to be a picnic blanket. So let me get the stick in there and then I can look at you and really say hi. Hi. Okay, so yeah. I don't know why I don't do it always. I shouldn't say always because I don't like absolutes. I have frequently done videos in the rain, and so that is why I have you on a precarious setup. This camera is set up quite interestingly. I have a small coffee table, which I'm sure you'll see eventually in another video, and my little stand. You're sitting on top of this. It's not really a coffee table. It's like a small end table. You're sitting on top of that. And I have my headphones in so that hopefully you can hear me better over the rain. I hope that you're having a wonderful, beautiful, amazing day. If it's not going your way right now, I hope that turns around for you shortly. I hope that everything starts going your way and opportunities present themselves to you and you feel strength and empowerment and encouragement in all your decision making and your relationships and your self-expressions and in yourself. So today what I want to get started talking about is, so I was looking at some of my older videos and I want to expand upon this topic that I have already kind of discussed here, but I felt like that video was rambly. So about almost 2 years ago I did a wanting to hear and be heard video, and excuse me, I also have tea down here. I'm drinking English breakfast today. Lord, yes. Okay. I want to expand upon, yes, I just had to grasp the thought process that I was going for. I want to expand upon the concept that I've discussed before, but I've marinated on it and I kind of talked about it with my other friend recently, and I think I can better express what I was trying to say there. I'm sorry if I'm sniffly. I absolutely hate that. It's because I'm outside in the rain. So I apologize in advance for the sniffles if I do any at all. So sorry. Today I want to talk about so the expounded upon layer to hearing and being heard, or what I want to describe this as being, or title this as, is holding space. So this thought process of holding space, really the expanded version of that, or the more descriptive in my perception, would be validation of self-expressions. That is what I perceive as being learning how to be a thoughtful listener. And a gentle listener. So thoughtful and gentle listening. What does that mean? Or that kind of behavior. What is that? Holding space. What does that mean? And also validating self-expressions. What does that mean? So I want to talk about that here. I believe that everyone expresses themselves differently in terms of the things that they're excited about. Obviously there are similarities between people, so there's trends that people follow, but I think that people get excited about different things. So some people might want to express their excitement differently. Oh goodness. So sorry, excuse me. Just a second, I'm gonna do a really big sniffle. Okay, so sorry. Um, anyways, so people express themselves differently. So what I mean by that, some people express excitement being right there in the moment, like, oh my gosh, that thing is so loud. Oh my gosh, that thing is so, or like enjoying the color of it. Really describing that space in that moment. Like, I enjoy things in a very like moment in the moment kind of way. So describing things like that. Right here, I'm going to give you examples of like people's self-expressions, right? Like their perception of what they're seeing, their perception of how things relate to them or their past or future like thought process in relation to themselves. How people perceive expressing their thoughts as being enjoyable. So I think this, and expressing that. Or holding space for individuals who are not the most forthright with their self-expressions, but are more like introverted in that way of just like observing, you know. People that want to talk about their feelings and like whether or not they feel cold or hot or excited or happy or sad or whatever, and then people that need to process that on their alone time. People that want to talk about different types of theories versus people that want to like, and what that and where those theories where their interests lie. So people have different interests, and people's different interests can affect their self-expressions. So all of these things, all of these different versions of self-expression. I believe that part of hearing and being heard, or part of holding space, is being vastly and choosing to be aware of the vast differences between people and their self-expressions, and actively choosing not to dismiss those self-expressions and use gentle language to encourage those self-expressions, even if they are not something that is the same interest level to you, right? So as an example for this, something that I say a lot to, because I'm a very, I like to be a very encouraging person. I work with children. I generally, just all types of people, I like to use very gentle language. So I don't like to use language that is self-deprecative or undermining in any way. And so, so when I find myself in situations where, and this is even true for adults, right? This is not just for youngsters. When I find myself in situations in which someone's self-expression wasn't something that I was concerned about, it's not something that I am interested in, I didn't think it was relevant, those kinds of things. Generally, I choose to take a step back from those thought processes because I want to hold space for other people. I think that holding space for other people creates this form of trust and secure attachment within your relationship with dynamics with those people, with all people. It makes you trust yourself more because I feel like the authenticity is, well, at least for me, I enjoy being encouraging, and I enjoy being able to express myself authentically while at the same time not hurt someone's feelings. So generally, when someone expresses something that I like didn't deem like the most valuable information for me personally, usually what I say is like, thank you so much for telling me. I wasn't worried about that. I wasn't concerned about that issue, but I'm really, really happy that you told me, and I appreciate you coming to me with that information. And then giving them like a fist bump or a high five, or expressing enjoyment with engaging with them or interacting with them. And then I move on from there because me not being worried about it, me not being concerned about that issue or whatever is brought to the attention or whatever, I want to be able to express, that's me personally, I want to be able to express that it wasn't something that I was even thinking about. But at the same time, I do not want to say that I don't want to squash anyone's self-expressions. The reason why I think it's important not to squash the self-expressions of others is because I think that the dismissal or the lack of validation for someone's self-expression can cause people to internalize aspects of themselves. And when people negatively internalize an aspect of themselves, I feel like it really dampens their strength. And I am all about encouraging people's strengths and showing people that whatever weakness you perceive that you have or has been expressed to you is really just an area in which the environment isn't conducive for your strengths to be used as strengths for you. So they're just working against you in that place. And that doesn't mean that anything is wrong with you. So because I have this perception, that means that I also want to be extremely gentle with people and validate their self-expressions, even when to me it didn't seem necessary, because I want people to always fully express themselves openly and honestly. That creates a space of raw communication dynamics that organically we will all have more information about everyone's perception of reality in that space. And when people feel squashed, they don't feel like they can fully express themselves. And that's not an authentic way of living. So how does this relate? Oh, this is so windy, so I'm going to let the wind pass through. Shivers. How does this relate to like active listening and being a listener and all that kind of stuff? Again, I think it's like important to exercise holding space. All of those things that I was kind of rambling about in the beginning. Oh my God, no warning, I sniffled. All of those things I was rambling about in the beginning of like people express themselves differently, learning how to hold space for people and validate a self-expression with language that is authentic to you, but also not dismissive or undermining of other people is, I think, what is important with being an active listener. This is also true in a space in which if you cannot communicate effectively that you don't have the space for their self-expressions right now, like sometimes people's self-expressions really annoy me or bother me if I'm in a space in which I am not emotionally available for them. I am not in a space in which I can process comments or self-expressions that are not a priority to me. And that's okay. I'm a human being. I don't need to be able to process everything all of the time. And in those spaces, I need to be honest that I cannot, I don't have space for that right now. So generally, I just have to say, I'm having a difficult moment right now. I need some time by myself. Can you go and color? Can you go and do this? Or like if it's an adult, just me saying, I need time to process by myself. I'll get back to you at this time, or whatever. And being able to express acknowledgement for a person, but also express your needs of not being able to process that situation is fair too. That's totally valid. You can't do it all the time. You can't be like a good listener all the time. No one said you had to. But I feel like it is important to be gentle and kind and respectful with our words. And I wanted to, I guess, describe that more specifically here, because when I was watching my Wanting to Hear and Be Heard video, this video right here is also rambly, but I felt like that video was really, really rambly because I remember that day and I like didn't have my thoughts together fully on the like expression that I wanted to get out there. And I don't know that I'll ever fully have clarity on any topic that I talk about, but every day clarity seems to align with me more and more. So I like to express my perception in those spaces. And I wanted to revisit that here with validation of people's self-expressions. I hope that you gathered something from this. I love having a space to express myself, and I love creating a positive and loving community. So, thank you for being you. Thank you for expressing yourself all of the time. Please don't stop. You deserve to express yourself. If you're feeling sassy or mean, learn how to express yourself in a way that is not going to be hurtful to others. So having a journal or a space doing art, like literally any form of self-expression in which it is not directed at a person, or like being in any space, is extremely positive for you, because self-expression is important, and all feelings, human beings are conduits for feelings. So it's not something that you did on purpose. You're not a bad person for feeling something. It's a feeling, and it is here now, and we need to process it and then let it go. So doing that in a healthy way and not hurting others or expressing that negatively, I think is something that we can learn. I think being an active listener will help people's secure attachments and growth in their relations. So, yeah. Thanks for listening. I hope you have such a perfect, wonderful, amazing, beautiful day. I'm having a wonderful, perfect, amazing, beautiful day. I'm taking it easy, as you should too. Remember to take deep breaths all the time. You are more than enough. You don't have to do anything to deserve friendship and love and support. You're an interesting person. People want to hear your thoughts. People want to know what you think. People want to understand your perspective. Remember, you're loved. Always. Always, always, always. Someone loves you. Bye!